See 'em? Well, open your damn eyes in. It's the old-timey country down-home red state update podcast and them. Coming to you from a bunker underneath Jackie's Market in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And here they are, both of them.
Hey, welcome to Red State Update. This here, Jackie Brawls.
Folks, people, this is Dunlap here on Red State Update, the podcast. Jackie, let me ask you a question. Do you think Zoomers find us cringe?
What?
Do you think Zoomers think that we're cringe?
What is it?
What I'm afraid of is that young people, all of our young fans, the Gen Zers, the Zoomers, as they're called, would find us cringe. Just the whole thing.
What is it? Cringing?
Top to bottom, stem to stern. Is that how you say it? Stem to stern, stern to stom?
That's boat.
I'm finding us cringe. But, you know, I'm barely out of that. I guess I reckon I'd put myself into the young millennial grouping.
I don't know what group it is. All of you, whoever's on the computer, I guess, right?
You know, Jackie, I did hear on a podcast about podcasts that a lot of ways that people discover podcasts these days. We've talked about this in the past, but I just had it verified. Is that now you see they click on us and they just listen to the first 20, 30 minutes. They got a little preview there that seconds, 20, 30 seconds, maybe a minute or two. And they hear, and this is what people hear when they're first deciding if they want to listen to us or not. They just go to the Apple podcast page or something. They click on a thing that says Red State Update. They say, Red State Update, huh? Well, I wonder what them old boys are talking about. And they click on the thing and then they hear whatever we say at the beginning of the show.
How they turn it off while the music quits playing.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point. The Zoomers hear that banjo and they're like, cringe. Is that how they do it? I don't know what I
don't know what it is either. I don't understand it. Yeah.
As a young millennial, I'm trying to figure out how cringe. I feel like in Scooby-Doo comic books, sometimes they draw him like shaking and scared, and they'd have the word like cringe over him. And I feel like maybe it's something like that. I don't know if you say it out loud, like if you're watching something that's cringe, you go cringe.
What is it?
Anyway, Zoomers, all our young fans, all our teenage fans. I just want to say, I really hope you ain't finding any of this cringe. We'll do our best not to be cringe for nobody that's listening, even the old timey folks.
And normally I'd say if you're young, you don't need to be on the computer, on your phone, listening to be outside running around. But then there's the plague. So I guess they did say, stay. If you can't go to school, you know, be careful going out of the yard. But I guess listen to things. I don't know why you want to listen to this. I don't know why we talk on it, to be honest with you. I don't know all of it. Both ways, it don't make no sense to me.
I feel like you just recapped Bo Burnham's Inside.
What is it?
Cringe. Listen, Jackie, I want to tell you one more important thing.
Yeah.
Everything is terrible. The world is going turn into shit before our eyes. Have you ever seen something turn to shit, literally turn to shit?
Turn to it? What do you mean? I say inside your body, whatever it is.
Inside your body. Yep. Have you ever seen that happen?
No, I don't see inside my body. I don't look at no x-ray like at this point. It goes in your belly. And I mean, I know I've seen,
cartoons.
Cartoon, science book, whatever they show you. And but I don't know, goes in your belly and acid eat it up. They go in the intestines, everybody, what happens. Yeah.
Who was that fella that hankered for a hunk of cheese? You remember that?
Oh yeah. That's what young people think cringe. Hanker for a hunk of what is that? Who is that? I can't remember.
I don't like that. They think that's Lin-Manuel Miranda singing that.
Who?
Oh, I know what cringe is. I'm thinking literally of Cringer from Masters of the Universe. These are not the only way I know this is because my daddy told me about Masters of the Universe. These are not young millennial references that we're throwing out here. Young millennials don't know Time for Timer. I just, my grandpa told me about Time for Timer. That's the only way I know about it.
Master, that's that cartoon He-Man used to watch. Yeah, I remember.
And he'd go, "Oh, don't go over there. Skeletor may be there. Cringe."
Yeah. And his skeleton, as strong man skeleton, and a lady, and something else. I don't remember it all. You used to watch that.
What was it? Yeah. No, I don't think so. I think I remember in the store,
we'd turn it off eventually. You say, "Put on, hey man," we'd let you watch about 15, 20 minutes of it and then turn it off. Get tired of it, And you throw a fit. I'll never forget some of the fits you threw. Yeah.
I think you must be thinking somebody else. I don't know. Why would you? First of all, why would you turn it off 15, 20 minutes? You're just about to get to the moral of the story. If you go through all that and you don't know the moral of the story, whatever happened to Stinkor or Moss Man or whatever, you just wasted 15, 20 minutes. I never understood that. People just turned.
You're right about that. You wasted 15, 20 minutes watching the end of it. Yeah. I'm going to save you a good, what is it? Another 10, 5?
Listen, I'd say to folks right now thinking about turning this off, you've already wasted time. I think the rest of this time is an investment because if you bail out now, you're saying, "Oh, well, I guess I don't value my own time. My time on this earth, mortality means nothing to me. Who gives a shit about?" I say reinvest time so that at the end of it, you might be pleasantly surprised and go, "Okay, yeah, I gave more time. And it turned out I learned a lesson from those two men."
What?
I learned a lesson from those two men. Listen, Jackie.
Man.
That's us.
A lesson? No, Hey-Man had a lesson. You don't learn nothing on this. Hey-Man, like they, whatever happened. Don't spy on your little brother. Don't steal change or whatever they tell you. Don't do drugs, whatever. You don't know more. Don't nothing come out in the end on this. If you waiting for a moral on this, And I'm sorry to say, all of y'all have been listening since the very first one. This is 101. I don't know, something like that. Or is it more than that? What is it? It's 100.
It's more than 100.
It's 400 something.
It's 400. Talk about something somebody should have bailed out on.
If you still sitting around waiting for a moral at the 400 of these, it ain't coming. Bless your heart for listening, though. I hate to let you down.
Jackie, this is our 444th. 444, the big 444 episode.
444. That means something. I can't remember something, numbers or something.
We're happy to have you here. And I'd say, Jackie, that's not true. There is a lesson here. And I stated it earlier. Everything's turned into shit.
Oh, yeah.
So I guess if you wanted to quit now, you could say, "Well, yeah, all right, I learned something. I feel terrible." And honestly, we ain't telling nobody nothing they don't already know.
Well, yeah.
I mean, you could be the biggest Trumpy supporter on here, QAnon. You could have been in the Capitol looking for Nancy Pelosi, be listening to this. I don't know why, but you could be listening to this and we say, "Yeah, everything's turning shit." You go like, "Yeah, it sure is." Everybody thinks everything's turning to shit.
That's a one bipartisan. Yeah, that's it right there. Yeah.
I mean, they think it's because of us.
Yeah.
Or traffic. Or the mall's not as good as it used to be. I mean, everybody's got a reason for things turning to shit. That's why
a fake
Trump,
a fake pandemic.
Yeah. What was it I was looking at? I hate to bring him up this early in the podcast, but embarrassing former country music star John Rich, who now I guess is just a troll. He's just a little tiny troll who causes trouble in Nashville with his house or on Twitter by being an asshole. That's what trolls do. I don't know if he does anything like to earn money I don't know if that tall fella who was his partner, what he thinks of him.
He needs to put out a butthole album. Watch it go #1 on the country charts. Not that I'm encouraging that. I'm just saying.
Would it though? I mean, that's the question. He tweeted this. So earlier this week, he tweeted about, this isn't where I was going with this. There are many conservative country music singers, says John Rich, the asshole, that just won't say anything to push back against the ideologies that aim to erase what they care about. This is the industry that had their biggest star say the N-word and really did fuck all about it. They did some stuff here and there, but they didn't do anything. They made it about, they didn't do anything to make it matter. They made it about punishing him a little bit. And then it kind of enabled all the racists to buy his music more instead of actually doing something like putting money up to help black communities or have him actually do something, hire a black band, like hire people, give people money, do something. Like give him make him take some of his money, start a label that helps black country singers.
Sign up some black country singers. Yeah, yeah.
They don't do nothing. They could have used it. Instead, it's just about him and all victim him. He's the victim. Oh, well, I hope there's some, and then it becomes, I think he's turning the corner on this. I think he's going to learn his lesson and we got to have some grace, but who gives a shit? Like it didn't do anything to help the cause of it, which is racism. So why didn't, in country music, you got these assholes like John Rich coming out of the woodworks to make sure country music is racist. So then why don't you take this chance? If these people really care about not being racist, take this chance and do something and show through action that country music is not racist and does care about black people and wants to let black people into country music and does not want to further the career, does not want to make a little fucking TV movie redemption arc about some little Fievel looking motherfucker who said he looks like Fievel from American Tail, who uses the goddamn N-word.
All right,
just have him at least. Plus, also, whoever told him to apologize, whoever helped him with his apology, they should have really made him feel like he doesn't have to mean it. I don't give a shit if he means it or not. I want them to do something to make country music be less racist, and they can use this moment with Fievel to do that. I do think that he needed to pretend to care more. And he didn't really seem to give a shit about that either. And then he shows up at Kid Rock. So, I mean, come on, fuck you, fuck Kid Rock, and fuck John Rich. Anyway, the whole point of this was John Rich's Twitter, which I went to find that dumb tweet. I'll finish reading it. To push back against the ideologies that aim to erase what they care about. What country music is he talking about that is like trying to erase the ideologies they care about, which I guess is racism? Like, because I don't even see any action of that. Every country music song starts in a party in a field and winds up in church. I don't see what ideologies they're erasing. Why? You know why. Conspiracy. This is a really good conservative tweet, though. I mean, if your aim is to be paranoid, create conspiracies, play the victim, and be vaguely threatening, he kind of hits it all. I hope soon we see them start to speak up. Hey, so they tell them, all you other racists better get up here and be. They're going to have gay people up there. The country music industry is out of touch with the audience. That's a man in a bubble who thinks that I don't think that everybody listens to us believes everything that we believe, or some people are better than us. Some people are worse. We're trying to figure it out. This man thinks everybody's just as bad as he is. He goes and plays his shows to racists and thinks everybody in the world is a racist too. But even in that little audience out there, there are all such different kinds of racists that I think it would blow his mind. He thinks everybody thinks like John Rich. It doesn't matter what different kind of racist you are. I'm just saying, if he thinks everybody's John Rich, he'd be out there and somebody say, "Oh, now you're going too far, John Rich." He say, "Get out of my show! Get out of my show!" I don't know how he talks. So anyway, that a lot of people say, there's some country music fans that aren't assholes.
He kicking people out of his shows for not being racist. Is that what you say?
I mean, he would if he could.
Them.
I don't know if there's like a racism vax card.
There's that one band that's a Foo Fluffers. You ain't get in unless you've been vaccinated. They getting it from people. Everybody mad this. I like old Foo Fluffer. But I can't. I ain't gonna get no shot. And they're like, "Well, you ain't gonna come see us and do a song."
You can sit there and listen to the radio station in your hometown that plays the Foo Fighters. Sorry, Fluffers, and
what is it?
Pretend you're at a show, but you can't come see us. That is because the people listen to Foo Fluffers on the radio station in their hometown that plays the Foo Fluffers, more than likely, it's a good portion of that audience probably not getting vaccinated.
Well, they ain't even doing it on a moral issue. They just don't want to get sick, and other people get sick. It's as simple as that. Like, you making a statement?
That's true.
No, it ain't a stand. It ain't. It's our job. There's people that work for us. The people put up a stage, take it down. There's all the people that pay money to come see us. I don't want to risk getting any of them sick.
Once you get as old as the Foo Fighters, you really got to watch your health.
How old are they? I don't know how old they are. I just heard the name.
I don't know. That's something Daddy used to play for me. I was as a older Zoomer, young millennial. I didn't really know about them. I think that I'm not really 100% sure.
Well, it ain't just the music industry. It's everything. And the judge threw it out. We were talking about racism, and now we're getting into what I like to call common sense or just a reality. Is down in Texas hospital, all the nurses that don't want to get vaccinated raising hell because they can't go to work. Now, what the hell do you think? You're a damn nurse. If I'm going to that hospital, I don't want none of them take care of me. But they was trying to sue the hospital and everything. Federal judge took a look at that, threw it on the floor and said, "Oh, hell with this." I guess they're just going to be, at some point, I guess they're going to be Democrat and Republican hospitals. I don't know. I sure as hell ain't going to go Republican one, because first off, they ain't going to take no kind of insurance, all the most expensive insurance they're going to take. And ain't nobody been vaccinated in it. I mean, it's common sense. It don't need to be, that don't need to be political. That don't need to be.
Listen, if they was Republican hospitals, you wouldn't be. They charge you $1 million to get everything fixed because it's a damn free market, and then all the TVs in your rooms be playing Fox News.
Yeah,
and then eventually the whole system would crumble because they're dumbasses, and then you'd be challenging you to die to prove your patriotism. Because if you get sick and want to go to a hospital and start complaining about it, it makes Republicans look bad. And Republicans are the one that are saving the day and helping keep democracy a-going. So if you complain against Republicans, then you're complaining against freedom and democracy and the American way. So you need to go home and get sick and then maybe put it up on Instagram how sick you are and how you died trying to preserve democracy. It's just like the Minutemen did at Fort George Washington's house or wherever history happened.
That's a whole silly concept.
And history, we write history, we rewrite history to be the way we want it, with white people doing heroic things and not what really happened.
Well, it's silly to even think there'd ever be a Republican hospital. Those two things don't go together. Ask Governor Bill Lee, and the Republicans been running our state. I lose count how many damn rural hospitals they shut down. The Republicans, they don't like hospitals.
I was saying that, like, what would happen if they become Republican, but it's already happening. That's pretty much happening now. You vote for the Republicans, they shut down your hospitals. They don't let you be able to afford to get treatment. They make fun of you for trying to not get COVID. They make fun of you if you get COVID. They make the whole premise is promoting death in the name of freedom, from guns to damn not wearing a mask. So it's already happening. And you can't go to the hospital anyway, even if you wanted to. And if you go to the hospital, the nurses don't want to get vaccinated either. So I don't know what to tell anybody. John Rich, here's the whole point. I started off by reading John Rich's tweet. He has another tweet on there, which is just like A+. Like, I don't know why there was so much talk about John Rich on Twitter about the country music thing and him thinking everybody that listens to country music is as big an asshole as he is. I mean, he's not, I'd like to see the numbers. I think he's a little off. But he had another tweet that makes me think, why are we paying attention to this guy anyway? John Rich says, do you think Fauci will pick the top bunk or the bottom bunk in his cell at Gitmo? I think he's a bottom bunk kind of guy, which I think is homophobic, but I'm not 100% sure. Somehow everything John Rich says is homophobic, which is just dictating a shopping list to Alexa somehow is homophobic.
Well, is Fauci going to Gitmo in August?
I don't know. I was going to ask you, Jackie. Like, I guess he's in his bubble. We're in our, so they think, what is it they think Fauci did? Mike Reed, somebody tell us, what did they think Fauci did to go to Gitmo? Is he funded the Wuhan Institute that at China's request created and purposely let out coronavirus? Is that what they think is happening? That Fauci was funneling money? Is that it? Am I off? I think I'm close.
Why can't they just? I know you got to make stuff up. I understand to get upset about stuff. You got to make it up to be mad about something. Why can't they even look at their own? There is a whole damn year that the Trump administration had to deal. If they knew, if Pompeo, all of them knew, is a damn war. They're the what? Thank you, China. Thank you. China's doing a good job. Thank you. That's what the damn president said through most of it. Fauci, I don't think ever said, thank you, China, for handling this so well. It's your damn idiot that was on. He was the one that did it. Went on for you. Now they're, we knew all along. If you knew all along, why didn't you do a damn thing about it? Look at your own damn idiot. Drive me crazy.
And they've been pushing this story about what is it? Is it a leak? They've been trying to distract. Look, I don't give it. Look, nobody's saying you shouldn't investigate it, but the reason that all this, every time we're talking about this, not that we shouldn't talk about this, but we still have not talked about the 100,000 people that died because of Trump. It's all distraction. They've been pushing it for a year. They've been trying to get people to buy it. Pompeo been pushing it. They push it and they push it and they try every few months. And then finally, somehow, because Biden's in there now, they're going to run this. This is their playbook for the next 4 years or until Biden dies, that they're going to try to nail him and Fauci somehow connected to China, which is racist and xenophobic and also distracts from anything they did wrong from day fucking one that killed all these Americans. So that's perfect for them. And then they can also sow seeds of doubt about whether it was an accident anyway, because they love conspiracies and they love to blame people who aren't white. Not that the Chinese government are the good guys, but neither is the Trump administration. So it's all distraction, and nobody's ever going to make them pay for all the people they killed. Nobody's ever going to. People talk about accountability. Oh, there has to be accountability, but nobody was accountable for all the people they killed here. But they want Fauci to be accountable for stuff they made up.
When the virus started happening, you say China ain't not the good guys here. They sure were, according to the dumbass president, excuse my language.
Well, that's just because he wasn't changing his playbook of like, flattering them one day and then making them the bad guys the next day, whatever he was trying to do. It didn't matter.
He made them into bad guys after he didn't do nothing about the damn virus, and he started killing a bunch of Americans, and he shut down. Then all of a sudden, China is all them. They did every bit of it. Wuhan flu and all the rest races.
But it's always bad guys if anybody else is dealing with them, from Biden to Hillary to anybody. It's like they're always chummy with them. Like that's part of his weak on China. That's his big, he's been saying that since the beginning. Whenever he wants to be friendly with China, help whatever deal he was trying to get passed, but when it's somebody else that's dealing with China and he's nailing them to the wall, it becomes super extra racist too, which is, quite a skill he has there. That's why we're dealing with all this racism. Anti-Asian sentiment right now is because he ginned it up when he wanted it and didn't give a shit. And now they don't care now if the same thing happens again. They'd be happy. They want bad guys, and the only people that vote for them, not true, which we found out. It's not only people voting for Republicans are white people, but most of them.
Majority, yeah.
What are we talking about? Did we get off track?
Country music.
Right.
Being, I guess, was he liberal or whatever? He said country music just too. Well, they won't come out and be racist enough, I guess, is the point he's trying to make.
Or, support. Oh, I don't know how far he's going with this. How QAnon is he? Is he wanting, if you listen to country music, you need to be down there on the steps of the Capitol trying to ram a flagpole through the glass? We are finding out, speaking about Trump, the Department of Justice under Trump subpoenaed, they subpoena Schiff's records from Apple, McGann's records from Apple. Who else? A bunch of reporters.
Reporters, some of the wives and children of various Democrats. Some minors. They were breaking into, I guess, their phones or computers, all that stuff and everything like that. But I know, yes, there's John Dane out there saying, "Oh, this is Nixon on steroids. It's Nixon on stilts and all that," which it is. But I don't know if you remember this or not. You Dunlap, anybody listening, but sure. Do you not remember the press being the enemy of the people? If they're the enemy, you got to keep an eye on them, don't you? If Adam Schiff's trying to destroy democracy, coming after Trump for, whatever it was at the time, Ukraine, on and on, well, I got to keep an eye on them. And all this is terrible. I ain't saying the press shouldn't talk about it. Of course it should. We should all be looking at this, and you should all be concerned. But at the end of the day, it don't matter. They already asked Grassley, what do you think about them breaking into fire? Oh, we do that all the time. Hell. I don't think it's true in this way, but it don't make a difference. Republicans ain't going to do nothing about it. They put an IG in charge. Hopefully it ain't what is the IG Inspector General, what that is.
Is it a Trump appointee? It might be. I don't know.
It might be. I don't know, because Trump, he's the one that said that, Trump didn't tear gas no protester to wave his Bible around.
That was just a coincidence.
A coincidence, yeah.
And then all these articles get written and say, "Oh, he didn't. Maybe the press is the enemy." No, I'm just kidding, everybody. But all these articles do come out that say, "Oh, Trump didn't." I like Maggie Haberman. The press isn't the enemy. She's just trying to get to the bottom of things, everybody. People hate Maggie Haberman on there.
Oh, yeah.
On Twitter. When I say on there, I usually mean Twitter. Listen, folks, people, they are writing articles that come out. Trump didn't have all that cleared. And then Kaylee McCaley and all the Kayleys that work for Trump come out and say, "See, where's our apologies? Where's our apologies?" But he absolutely had that thing cleared. I mean, the inspector general just talked, they were only talking to the park police. The park police may have had it in mind to have it cleared. Was it just, he just happened to walk across right after it got cleared? Give me a fucking break. They were talking to people. They tried to have it made. They tried to have it moved up. They weren't, who used the tear gas? Secret Service was rough on the people. Everybody, come the fuck on. He absolutely did that, even if they were intending to do it. I think like, I need to clear this garage out. Like, hey, I order you to clear that garage out so I can tear gas a bunch of people in it. Like, all right, well, now I'd been meaning to. I don't know why you tear gas people in your garage. You get in the house. You wouldn't be able to park in there.
Well, that's a point. That's a Trump appointed inspector general right there. And you wait. You think it's bad? You wait and see, because Republicans ain't going to have no investigation of the 6, right? You wait until Pelosi goes on and does it without him. They put the Democrats together. They all go get together and investigate this stuff. And you watch the count of that. All of a sudden, Republicans are going to put their team together, and they're going to come back and say, there wasn't hardly anything happening. I don't know what they're talking about. I mean, they're already saying that before they put their investigation team together.
And then there'll be headlines saying there wasn't hardly anything happening, according to report. And in the article, it'll say, that it's Republicans that did it, and they didn't really talk to nobody. And there was a lot of redacted stuff, and the people they did talk to said, and then that'll just go on Facebook, and then there'll be somebody talking on a YouTube channel to your grandpa via Facebook about how there was no 1-6. Like the day doesn't even exist. They went from 1-5 to 1-6 this year because of daylight savings time.
Yeah, both those situations, anybody that turned on the TV could have seen what the hell happened.
We just lived through it.
And you can't, and they're already trying to, a bunch of rioters, crazy people attacked the damn Capitol. And then after the police, bless their hearts, they did the best they could and saved their lives. They did the best they could. They did a damn good job because didn't nobody get, didn't no senator get killed. That's for sure. Ain't no congressman get killed. No. But then right after that, they took care of it. Then over 60% of the damn House tried to finish the damn job that the rioters started. They voted to discredit this election. This election is stolen. They're stolen. I mean, they're all a bunch of idiots.
This isn't even 1619 project. This isn't even history. This isn't even history that happened when we were alive, like Central Park 5 or which wasn't. I mean, I wasn't alive then. I wasn't born until, what was it, Jackie? Around 2000 I was born. 2005, was that it?
Hell no.
I can't remember. Right after 9/11 sometime. Boy, what a generation I've been born. Can you imagine, Jackie, what I'm going through with no housing prices and school debt and just
what are you talking about?
I just wish the older generations had done more to fix things for me. Not me, of course. I wasn't alive then. Other people. Why? Other people just needed to listen. This is a history. This isn't something that happened while we were alive, but a few years ago. Like this just happened. Like it literally just happened.
A little over 100 days, something like that. How many days?
We were tweeting about it. We were all tweeting about it as it happened. And they're going to try. Now, look, I guess people thought Joe Biden would get in office and it would be the opposite of Men in Black, like where they have the thing that makes you remember everything instead of forget, which I would honestly, if they sold those things that make you forget everything, I would buy. Oh, wait, no, that's just whiskey. I also need to note here that I don't know why we thought that Joe Biden was going to restore like people's like bullshit detectors, and everybody be like, "Oh no, that ain't true. That's just Trump running some bullshit again." Now it's like seems to be strong. I can only imagine how bad it'd be if Trump had won and he was in office, and they were trying to. All this would have just gone away already. So I guess we're lucky. But for some reason, I thought I really didn't think that we'd be arguing over whether people overran the Capitol a few months after people overran the Capitol.
The few Republicans that do admit that it happened are like, yes, but why do we need to dwell on that? Let's move on. And by move on means trying to obstruct every damn thing anyone's trying to do in Washington.
They need to move on to critical race theory because what DeSantis said, it makes kids attack cops.
I ain't saying that I understand what critical race theory is, but I guarantee you, none of Republicans know what it is. I guarantee you.
So somehow Trump and his lackeys are still managing to distract and lie and create cover stories and alternate histories. And despite the fact that he lost and lives in Florida, it's still happening. And I guess it's going to keep happening. It's still kind of scary. And they can't pass nothing. You got your Manchin, met with Manchin this. I can't quite get over this. I know we talked about Manchin last time and about him meeting with everybody and everybody begging him to do this or that. Why he's doing it, why he won't do it. He met with civil rights leaders. This is a Democrat, remember. Manchin sat in a room with U.S. civil rights leaders begging him. They went in there. All right, I guess we're going to do it. Let's go in there. We'll lay it out for him and just tell him how important it is. Us, the civil rights leaders. And tell him how important voting rights was. And the headline says, Senator Manchin unmoved.
Well, he don't want...
Democrat. Yes, Senator Manchin unmoved by U.S. civil rights leaders.
He don't want to divide the country. If allowing people of color to vote is going to divide this country, Joe Manchin ain't going to take part in it.
Oh, he means divide white people. I got it. So people trying to figure out, I can't believe this motherfucker.
Hey,
just think of the balls on that, just to be like, oh, yeah, I met with a bunch of civil rights leaders. I listened to them. But in the end, I don't know why this bothers me so much. It's like, this is literally what happens every day. It's the history of America. And unmoved by U.S. civil rights leaders. But he's supposed to be talking about bringing people together and just like, yeah, anyway. So they're still trying to figure it out. Didn't they have a big group of people met, like Mitt Romney and people? Was it just breakfast? Are they just going out for breakfast?
It's like you say you're on the clock or something. You clock in, clock out. They pay for the meal. Taxpayer pay for the meal. Let's just did somebody bring up infrastructure. Just say the word. Yep. All right. Go on. Bring me another plate of flapjacks on over here. Yeah.
I guess that's partisan.
I think that's pretty much all of Washington. Yeah, I think that covers all. Yeah.
What do you think Mitt Romney eats for breakfast? Cottage cheese?
I don't know. He can't drink coffee, right?
I don't know. I don't know how. Look, I ain't trying to mock nobody's. I mean, I'll mock Mitt Romney, but I don't know about if he drinks coffee. Probably not. Cottage cheese is probably okay. What would Mitt Romney's going to eat something for breakfast that other Mormons would make fun of? Like, loosen up. But luckily, we got Merrick Garland in there at the Department of Justice he's terrible. What's going on with Merrick Garland, Jackie? Do you understand Merrick Garland?
I don't know yet. He's concerned about the voting rights, hopefully as much as people of color are concerned, because they're not going to be able to vote. But he say he going to put I'm putting a bunch of new lawyers on it, a new staff. They all got intern, you name it. They're all going to be looking into this. So I guess
How many Trump policies are they defending?
They defended him on the defamation of character thing. Actually, people are mad about that because what's the lady, the writer lady, a New York lady,
E. Jean Carroll.
She was, she said that ex-president raped her. Excuse my language. It's awful. It's just god awful to even talk about this, to say that this is in court. Why would you stop that? Anyhow, they can't really, try him for rape, but you can try him for defamation of character because she come out and told everybody what he did. And then he said, no, I didn't. She's a liar. She's this or that, whatever. Enemy of the people, on and on. Same old thing. And she said, to hell with that. I got a dress like just like old Bill Clinton dressed there. And it kept on going through court. Merrick Garland said, no, we can't pick sides. We can't pick sides. We have to defend. We have to defend whoever is in charge, regardless how badly they attacked a woman or whatever it is. I guess that's what it is. We can't be one side. We got to protect everybody here. Can't pick favorites. So do what you will with that.
Biden's in Europe.
I like knowing he's over there. There ain't nothing. First off, we ain't getting embarrassed, but I like it. It's boring. I want all those sort of things to be boring. It should be boring. So, it's boring. Biden over there, who cares? It's just boring. It's I won't, President dumbass pushing people out of the way, making a scene, telling Russia how much he loves and what a good man Putin is, on and on and on. That's what I like. That's entertaining. Not me. No, sir. I just want to be boring as hell. That's how I want all that stuff, government relations to be figured out, getting in treaty, all that, sitting down, working that stuff out. I wanted to put me to sleep, and thank you kindly, Biden. Hell, some of that may be putting Biden to sleep. I don't know, but it's all better than what it was as far as I'm concerned.
England feels boring to me anyway. Castles and books and tea sets. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see how Biden's staying awake. And I guess some of the stuff we were talking about before, about the Biden comes in office and we want the lights to come on and all the cockroaches to scatter and be drug off to jail. Like cockroach jail is what we want to happen. We want everybody to remember everything bad that happened and to march arm in arm towards a better future. We get mad because things like Louis DeJoy, it should be Louis DeJoy. I don't know what people call him, or Lou DeJoy.
Lucy Doocy.
What is it, tariffs and killing the whiskey makers in
distillers in Kentucky. Yeah, whiskey. They say they on death row is what they're saying. Biden's supposed to get in there and fix all that. None of us know how long it's supposed to take, and God knows we're finding out every single day. I ain't defending Biden. I ain't saying give him a break. No, I ain't saying that. I'm just saying literally every day, and it's probably gonna go on like this probably till after I'm dead in the ground. We're gonna see how corrupt most of it we saw. Most of it we saw on TV. Like I said, we saw it every day. For 4 damn years of it. Yeah. But God knows all the stuff we didn't know. It's going to be awful. It's going to keep coming out. And guess what? 30% of the country ain't going to give a damn, and they're going to cheer on every bit of it.
Yeah, we're waiting for him to completely have the place mopped and fix everything from voting rights to infrastructure to tariffs on whiskey. And he ain't even met the Queen yet.
Yeah, he gotta go. Yeah, gotta go there.
He's got to stay away through that. He's gonna talk to your grandma with an accent. You ever talk to I gotta go see her this afternoon. I drunk all night. I got a hangover. I ain't gonna be barely able to stay awake.
Well, at least Merrick Garland said, hey, I'm hiring some more people. We got a heavy load here. Best they can do. Well, I got some more people on it. That's it. Right now, that's all
they can do.
Yeah.
And you're right, Jackie. The more that comes out, people won't care because they'll say, well, that's what we wanted him to do. He was fighting for democracy. The Democrats are against democracy. Therefore, this is ignoramus math. Democrats are against democracy. Therefore, everything Trump did equals fighting for freedom, even if it's just like lining his pockets with hotel money.
There's part of the country that knows better. I'm going to say a lot of the senators know better, that what he's doing is wrong and shouldn't be doing it, but they don't care. It's like, I'm all right with this. I mean, seriously, the Republican Party tells us that every day. I'm okay with that. I'm all right with Russia. Oh, I'm okay. It's fine. I'm all right with a bunch of people coming in there and trying to string me up. I'm fine with it. It's okay. Like Putin, who's over there right now. Putin's in there. The Bidens, they go, they're going to make tomorrow sometime or whatever it is. Putin, one of the reporters asked him, did you kill him? Pretty much ask him, did he kill all the people that he killed and torture all the people that he's still torturing on and on? He said, oh, that's a bunch of rubbish. I did, but he still kind of winks at the time saying, well, yeah, I did. And we think, what a tyrant, a murderer. I mean, not all Americans, there's a lot of people like him a lot. They're going to love it when he kissed Trump ass. He already did that, the tyrant murder and all that shit. Oh, he's extraordinary. He's wonderful, blah, 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 blah. But you look at Russia and you think, he controlled them. And you know that the Navalny, who's in prison, God knows what they're doing to him in there. And we know that he's got a lot of support. But there's a lot of Russia that like him. They're okay with this, just like a Republican chair. They're okay with Trump being a dictator. Now, we don't like it. Russia's used to dictators. We over here don't like it, don't care for it. And then other people are discovering, like, yeah, this is great. This is what we needed all along. Every one of his friends, Putin, Kim Jong-un, it's just so obvious. Now we're the bad guys. And guess what? I like being a bad guy. It's better than being a liberal. Hey, everybody, Jackie Bros. Still on here talking, complaining is what I'm doing. And ain't just a talking, it's a whining and complaining. Last thing I want to come off like is what the last president we had, the president, dumbass, excuse my language. All he does is whine and complain. I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be an old man sitting here going, everything's a bunch of doo-doo and hockey and the hell with this. I don't want to be that person, Dunlap.
Why are you, though?
I guess because everything's full of doo-doo hockey and,
It's turning to it. It's turning to shit.
Yeah, I guess that's why. I mean,
doo-doo hockey.
I know why I am like this. I don't know how not to be like this with everything turning into doo-doo hockey.
Folks, it's like these doo-doo. Okay, everything's turning to shit, right? And that shit has to doo-doo. And when it does, out comes some hockey. And then it has some caca in it that's got to come out. And that's about where we're at right now. Now, you tell me why they hired Jeffrey Toobin back instead of us.
They hired him back just to, what you say, called trolling Rick Santorum. I can't see any other reason.
Rick Santorum looked kind of like a penis. Listen, folks, if we get on CNN, I promise you we'll work doo-doo into every spot we do. I promise you that's a Dunlap guarantee. You can take that to the bank, bite that coin with your teeth like they do in old movies, and you will find that whatever you expected it to taste like is what it tastes like. That's the Dunlap guarantee. We will work doo-doo hockey into every CNN spot we get if you will only fire Jeffrey Toobin again and Hire us.
He said that
Now we'll see some on this. Sorry. I'm sorry, Jack. We won't do this on CNN. We'll work on our timing.
I just gonna say he said he didn't know computer was on. He said, I thought the meeting was over, which for whatever reason, as soon as you get out of a meeting, you go just get it like it right after a meeting. That don't make sense to me.
Well, I don't work for the New Yorker, so I'm not smart enough to know how things work. I am somebody, I feel like a few years ago, I would have looked up to him as a hero. And nowadays, I'm just worn down. I feel like the Dunlap position on Tubin would have been, yay. And now it's just like, man, fuck you.
Hey, watch him.
We got to put up with enough. We don't need this. He's fine.
Do you know how many lawyers that wants to be on TV right now that don't take a thing out on a computer? Maybe not many. I don't know. But how, they
probably most of them.
Well, all right.
Probably most of them. Listen, I don't know how many take a thing out, but they all want to be on TV. That's what I'm saying.
Said that part. Folks, I'm saying I know they all want to be on TV. How many of them just
that's
don't
okay?
That's what I meant. But the ratio still may. I know it still may be concerning. So I guess you.
I mean, I watched Ally McBeal, and going by that, I'd say about Ally McBeal, all the characters on there probably start this. And I'm more listen, Dunlap, I'm at the point where I'm just, fuck them. So, like, think of how most of America feels about Tubin. Think of how women feel about Jeffrey Tubin. If I'm like, fuck Tubin, I can only imagine the seething rage, the pure exhaustion most of America feels as soon as it turns on CNN, period. And then also sees him back. If they even know it happened. That's the other thing. Like, I feel like there's also a lot of people who just see all these people on CNN and like, was that guy a Republican? Oh, yeah, Santorum. Like, people don't even know who anybody is.
No.
But still, fuck him. All right.
Hey,
Jackie,
watch him out.
I want to thank you, Jackie. I want to thank you for telling me every day to watch my mouth, trying to make me into a better person.
Well,
I wish, though, for you, if you want to make me into a better person, probably the way to do it is by paying me. That's how we're going to get people to go get vaccinated. That's how we're going to get people to do anything in this world is you just got to pay them. That's how y'all get us to be better people on this here podcast roller coaster is by going over to patreon.com/Red State Update and y'all give us money. And I'm not saying all of y'all give us money, but I'm saying there's a good chunk of people.
Out of all the listeners we got,
100 people, Jack.
I know. It's a lot. It's just like how many lawyers CNN, had to go through. I think CNN, they say it to themselves like, he's good. He, not Tubin, just whoever that's trying to replace him with. They say he good on TV. He looks good. He went on to right schools and all this stuff. Do you think he'll take his thing out? I don't know. I mean, it's always a gamble. They say, well, let's just stick with Tubin. He already took his thing out. Lightning ain't gonna strike twice. He ain't, more likely he learned. Let's hope he learned his lesson.
Look, I don't want to be
safer
somebody.
To stay with him. It's safer to stay with him. I guess what the thought. I don't know.
I have a couple things here. I was trying to change the subject off of Jeffrey Tubin. Subject, old Dunlap would like to stay on for a while, but I just know that people can barely stomach this for a bunch of different reasons, and then you keep coming back to Jeffrey Tubin. That's new Jackie is going back to Tubin, and new Dunlap trying to get off Tubin. Where old Jackie would have been like, I don't want to talk about Tubin, and then old Dunlap, I don't talk about Tubin. That's our YouTube.
It's topsy-turvy.
No, I'm the one.
I'm just trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out CNN. Of course, I've been doing that for years. Who the hell knows? But on this particular issue.
Why?
and still trying to get material out there. You bet you want to switch to beg for money. I understand what you want to do, which we do appreciate, by the way. Everybody give us money. Good Lord. It bless your hearts. We appreciate it.
Now, hold on a minute. I got a few more tubing points. First of all, I know I'm trying to not also old Dunlap went on down a bunch of different ways of how awful he looks. But I'm not look shaming nobody no more. But I did want to, for the most part, but I did want to say, when you say the CNN executives in the room saying, well, he knows how to talk on TV, he looks good. Did they really say the part about he looks good? And then here's another thing. They could have just said in this room, all these CNN executives, this is just probably Jeff Zucker, could have probably said, why don't we get a woman on there? Why don't we just put another woman on there? I don't know if there is a woman. Probably shouldn't say another. The woman probably, and I am pandering to women as I say this, but also it's true. It's true pandering. That ain't going to happen. It could happen. I'm not saying women, Ally McBeal, yes, women, but more than likely. And if they do, just think they're already so putting up with so much and trying to make it on CNN, for fuck's sake.
Hey.
That they more than likely, but Jeffrey Tubin's like, yeah, I'm on CNN. I'll just whip this out. There's a few chances things could go wrong, but probably not. And if it does, it'll work out fine for me. And guess what? It did. Women have to put on makeup. CNN's like, you got to put on makeup. Jeffrey Tubin, do they make him up when he goes in that studio? They should run him through again. And also, Jackie, why? This is directed at you. Why are we still trying to figure out CNN? Why are we watching CNN?
I don't know. It's Wolf Blitzer is somehow captivating, and I don't understand because he's not a good talker. He don't look good. It's just something about him. He's like a robot telling me, and I don't know what it is. There's something going on there, hypnotic or something.
I guess you're right. There is a Wolf Blitzer robot, and the robot is saying, be concerned. So it makes you feel better for already being concerned. But then also it's kind of soothing, like, we'll get through this. And it makes you feel a little soothed. Whether we should feel soothed or not, another question.
Well, while we're on CNN, let's bring up what's his name that helped his governor brother who didn't necessarily take his thing out, but might as well have, according to some people.
I don't know. It's worse in some. Oh man, I can't even. Man, just a list of awful people doing terrible things.
As soon as they find out he was helping him, and I don't even. It's not like I hate him. Get after it. It's funny. Cuomo. I mean, it's not like I turned it. Oh, he's awful. But once you found out he was helping his brother out trying to fight these allegations that are coming from several women, he should have been gone. That's it. Sorry.
And what's his help? You're absolutely right, Jackie, number one. Number two, when you turn to him for help, what exactly? Is it just because he's getting on TV and gets slyly? Plus, my brother didn't even really do anything. Like, ever just slips that in every once in a while? Like, what is the help he's doing? You know what you ought to do? Like, can you even imagine? Okay, let's brainstorm. All right, here's what you should do. Hey, nobody's getting anywhere.
Just keep your head down.
How's he still governor? He's turning to him for help, and he's still governor? How's that possible?
Here's what he said. He said, look, keep your head down. Don't say nothing. They're about to hire Tobin back. If they're going to hire him back, you'll be fine. You don't worry about it.
Santorum, what is Santorum going to have to do to get back on CNN?
Wait and see.
Folks, look, this is something else I blame Trump for. So many people, a terrible list of awful people. I don't know what I said before, but it includes a lot of people who are on our side. And I hate Trump for a bunch of different reasons. I irrationally hate Trump. I'll admit it.
Derangement syndrome. That derangement syndrome.
I got
it. Yeah, me too.
I doubled down on it. I don't want a vaccine. I stay mad. That's my secret, Cap. I always hate Trump. Listen, just now because we like these people. We like Governor Cuomo. We like CNN Cuomo. We like Tobin. We like all these people. The blonde, bald. I like to think of it as the same thing. That bald motherfucker who was going after Trump. Remember, we wanted him to be president for a second.
Oh, the worst. Is he still in jail?
I don't know.
He went to prison.
I'll admit, maybe we got in the car with some bad people. Maybe we did. But I do want to say I hate Trump. Okay.
Well, there still may be 2 or 3 of them in the car with us right now. Let's just be honest. It could be. We're trying to get them out, but hell.
It's a long list of terrible people, folks. And I'm going to say that Trump's car is worse. But that doesn't mean I won't be in here with 2 Cuomos. Maybe we should have took separate cars. Drive separate. So that's patreon.com/Red State Update. Go on over there. Give us $5 or more a month, and you get 20 extra minutes with Jackie and Dunlap. We may talk about do hockey, but we talk less about Trump over there.
Doesn't come up as often.
Doesn't come up as often, but still plenty of do hockey.
We get all this out of a system on here, so y'all can enjoy a pleasant 20 minutes.
We should change it to a pleasant 20 minutes, Jackie.
Instead of extra pleasant. Yeah, because hell, we're talking too long on this, and you already getting the extra 20 minutes. It should be longer than an hour, and this probably be an hour and a half by the time we get done. A pleasant 20 minutes.
Pleasant 20 minutes.
And we may get more listeners pay us $1 or $5 so they can listen to that when it bypass this.
Now, what they do on Patreon is they do another one. If you give whatever, $7, $10, then they do. And now you get a pleasant 20 minutes if you give. But that seems like ripping people off. It's probably why I'm no good at Patreon. It seems like if you give money, period, you should get all of it. But we've already got the $5 level set. That's why I'm not good at living, because I ain't good at the money part. We'll figure it out. We'll do 20 pleasant extra minutes, or 20 extra pleasant minutes, or pleasant 20 extras. We'll figure it out.
Why? Well, it's bad enough that we have to ask all y'all for $5, $1, however much we're asking you for. But I tell you what, I don't mind so much asking for $25 from my local sponsors here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. That's right. As much as y'all help us, and Lord knows it does, we need just that little bit of extra help to get the computer to work most of the time when we're doing this, I guess. Well, not even enough. Working enough for us to do this, we hope. So we do appreciate it. We thank you kindly, y'all. And we thank our local sponsors here. And you're going to hear about, and you may not be from Tennessee. You may not be from Murfreesboro. You may live up East Tennessee. Can't get down to here as often as you want, especially these days. Well, Tennessee, everything's opened up. Come on. It don't matter. You want to hear about some places, good places to eat, good places to do products, on and on and on. Go on. If you missed all these so far, go back, listen. When you go on here, about a bunch of sponsors there that you're going to like. I don't know if they're still in business, because sometimes, well, you know this market today, don't you, Dunlap? It's giving, here, there, you don't know what's going to happen.
You don't know what's going to happen.
You don't know what's going to happen. That's right. So, yeah, Rush, if you hear a sponsor you like, you better get there quick. It'll be closed down next week. Who the hell knows, right? Hopefully it ain't
live for today. Don't put nothing off. That goes for whatever you're doing in life. You want something now, go get it. You want to eat something, eat it. Whatever you want to do it. Put no restrictions on yourself. That's my pandemic motto. No restrictions. I live for today. I give myself everything I want.
If any of y'all go out of business, we hope it has nothing to do with giving us $25. If you needed that $25 to keep afloat and you decided to do it this, and it didn't help, then I apologize, but we still appreciate it. It'll keep us a talking. So thank you kindly.
Yeah. No takebacks.
I got some business to take care of first before we get into my sponsor. And of course, last week, if you heard, there were a lot of people offering a lot of good stuff to get vaccinated and this and that. You know, they're giving you beer, they're giving you money, they're going to give you whatever it is you want. You go find something you like in order, if you have to get shot. It's out there. You just got to look for it. Get on the computer, you're going to find it. But I tell you what, I got a nice announcement here to give. The winner of Daytime Daycare's first class ribbon award is a raffle. They put your name in the raffle and you pull out a winner is Eddie Clamp. Eddie Clamp, congratulations for getting your first class ribbon award for not being a gullible, a sheeple. But yeah, he got that for not getting vaccinated, right? You straightened me out last week, didn't you, Dunlap?
Yeah, you were talking about all the raffles and lotteries and gun giveaways, and beer and a shot, and you put them in there with it. But what's it called? What's the daycare center?
It's Daytime Daycare. You know, Margie works there.
Margie at Daytime Daycare. They were raffling a blue ribbon.
First class blue ribbon.
First class blue ribbon award.
Not just a ribbon award, yeah.
For not getting vaccinated.
Yeah. So, yeah, let's make sure that's clear. I want to make sure that's that. So, yeah, Eddie Clamp won. And I went over his ego like this. Margie, they drove over to his house because they're going to be like, remember Ed McMahon give you the big publisher clearance, you know, that sort of thing. And they go give it to you, make a big deal, take a camera, like surprise, you know, you're the winner. They went over his house. Of course, he wasn't there. He's in the hospital. But they went down to the hospital and give it to him there. And, of course, you know, the doctor said, he had COVID. But I guess Margie said he didn't. He got his first class blue ribbon, and he left the hospital. And we're not sure where he's at now. I don't know if he's still with Margie or what's going on. But anyhow, congratulations to Eddie Clamp for that. And that's my sponsor this week, by the way. It's Daytime Daycare.
Okay.
Huh?
Wait a second. First of all, I'd say check the parking lot, because if he didn't go with Margie, he probably didn't get far. So I'd check behind the bushes, and he may just be laying down somewhere. Second thing, Jackie, why are you doing the sponsors for these anti-vax motherfuckers?
Hey, watch your mouth, but yes.
Daytime Daycare,
listen, hey.
Rear it.
Listen, hang on, let me explain things. I told them what I thought of. They said, Jackie, we happy to give you $25. I said, well, you keep that $25. I can't take that in good conscience. Having a sponsor that's encouraging, you know, people to get sick or worse, die. And but then I talked to myself, and I said, look, if I was to take that $25,
this is you talking to yourself.
Well, them too out loud in the moment. I said, if I was to take that $25, I told
Margie.
That's
not talk. Why did you say that? I was talking to yourself. That's you talking to other people. I mean, you were there listening.
I did it out loud, and she heard it.
So you were over in the corner saying, look here, Jackie, and she just overheard you. And then you went back to tell her.
No, I said, I turned around. I said, Margie, listen, I'll take that $25. But
why didn't you say it to her?
I did say it to her. You ain't listening to me.
But you were talking to yourself.
I was talking to myself, but I did it out loud. She was in the room, and I said her name.
That's unnecessary. There's a lot of words in there that's unnecessary. You can just say you said it, Margie.
I communicate.
Make eye contact with it.
I communicate how I communicate. You don't like it, don't listen to it. Just don't pay no attention.
That's like Lincoln gave the Gettysburg Address to himself, but there were other people there too.
He said that loud. And he had his written down and he learned it or whatever. This just come to me right then in the moment, right there. That's what I mean, talking to myself. And I said, look, Margie, you give me that $25 and I'll, if I'm going to take that $25, I'm going to take it to get on here and run you down, tell everybody you crazy as hell. that you ought not encourage people not to get vaccinated. It's the worst thing in the world to do, especially right now. Plus, you don't even really have to waste your breath here in Tennessee. I mean, that's just common sense right there. Like, you don't, everybody else doing it. You ain't got to do it yourself, but so be it if you feel like you do it. But if I take that $25 and I ended up taking it because you offered me another 15, she said, do that. Do it. Get on there, warn people. Tell them I'm crazy. That's exactly what I want you to do. Say, well, I'll take that money if that's what you want me to do. And that's sure enough what I'm going to do. And that's what I'm doing.
But that's what she wants you to do.
What do you mean?
I mean, I know she said that, but that's exactly the more you get on here as a known Trump hater and say that she's crazy for not getting vaccinated and doing awful things by encouraging people not to get vaccinated. Oh, she's the worst person in the world. Oh, don't listen to her. I'm on here telling you what to do. Not her. Don't listen to her. Then all the people who like her, all the dumbass, anti-vax, COVID fetishizing Tennessee motherfuckers are going, well, I'm going to take my kid over there to daytime daycare. Marjorie sounds like she's a pretty good, smart patriot. I'm gonna take some of my brother's kids down there and rub their faces around a COVID toilet. That's about what I think of freedom. I love it. That's what she wants. You falling for it.
Well, listen here. And I ain't defending her in no way. You said she was doing awful things. I don't know how bad giving out a first-class ribbon award is. I mean, that's the extent of it there. How bad? I mean,
I heard she enrolled. Her enrollments are way up.
What?
And she's probably taking all her profits instead of Kool-Aid for the kids, pouring it into other anti-vax propaganda machines.
What?
If you want to stop her,
look,
here's what you do.
What?
You get on here. Everybody, you say, I'm Jackie Brawls. Y'all know me, known communist sympathizer.
Wow.
I voted for Biden, AOC, the squad.
I can't even vote for them if I wanted to.
I'm on here. Last night I threw a flag, American, on the ground.
No.
And I poured a pitcher of Tang on it.
Am I saying this out loud or to myself or both?
Both.
Yeah, I wouldn't do any of that. I don't know why I'd be saying it.
And I want you to take your kids to Margie's
Margie.
Margie's daytime daycare.
However she pronounces it. I don't know. I call her Margie, but I don't,
Margie's daytime daycare. Get your kids down here. Let them just roll around.
No,
just
don't.
Completely cover themselves in this, like a fresh hot donut in delicious sugar. Just coat them in it, in this COVID. Get your kids COVID coated down here at Marjorie's. She's the best. She's smart. And I know because I'm liberal Jackie Brawls. Let us liberals tell you what to do. Me and Marjorie.
I say what
the best.
Okay.
Because you can't say don't do it. Because then they'll just do what they want. Of course, now, but see, if you do say that, though, then they're just going to say, oh, look how smart Marjorie is. She's got the lefties on her side, too.
He's a Joe Manchin kind of lefty, right?
Yeah, just like Joe Manchin. Jackie Brawls and Joe Manchin. Two. Joe Manchin's just Jackie Brawls without the beard. They'll be like, oh, she's so smart she can even get through to those godless socialists. There's no way to beat daytime daycare. She's got you coming and going. Fucking genius.
Hey, watch your mouth.
Let me work on this.
How is she? Well, she's the one to give us how much? 25 plus 15. She give us all that. How's she winning?
Money doesn't mean nothing in the freedom game. How do you? Freedom's more important than money, unless you're the NRA. How do you? Oh, I hate the taste of defeat, the bitter taste of defeat in my mouth. I hate it. Not even my sponsor. You did this to me.
What'd I do?
Defeated me via daytime daycare. The Moriarty to my Sherlock Holmes and your old, nearly dead Watson.
Well, fine. I'll quit taking the money until I figure out how to run them down. I'll quit taking the $25, but I'll figure out a way. I ain't going to give up that easy. I'm going to figure a way to take the money and hurt the business somehow.
We'll get you. We'll get you.
We ain't figured it
Daytime
out.
daycare.
This is the first time that they're a sponsor. Forgive me, listeners. I did not succeed this time around, but hopefully by next week, if I continue to take their sponsorship money, I will find a way to run them down appropriately, I guess.
Jackie.
Yeah.
Jackie, I got a sponsor too this week.
Well, you're supposed to, yeah.
I think you'll like it.
That I don't know about.
Oh, man, Jackie, what zone are we in?
Why?
The summertime zone. You can smell that temperature inching up closer and closer to 100 degrees Celsius or higher, or frankincense, whichever one it is you prefer to use. Maybe you're the Queen of England and you have a whole racist family and Joe Biden's in your parlor. And you have one way of measuring how fucking hot it is. Maybe you're an American patriot who sits out on the beach sands on a towel going, damn, it's summertime zone already. And you measure your summertime zone temps by pure pleasure. That's how I like to measure things. In the pleasure zone of the summertime zone, Jackie, take your shirt off.
Why?
Go outside and that old mother sun knock the cobwebs off them dusty, brittle, hairy shoulders of yours. It's summertime zone, and that means that the Murfreesboro's number one party boat destination is extra open for business. Folks, last time we talked about a problem that Murfreesboro was having ever since Captain Aunt Kim took over from her nephew who moved. You remember Ralston Pulley, Jackie?
Ralston Pulley, yeah.
He owned Murfreesboro. He enjoyed the shutdown. He liked getting in touch with himself and living in his own brain, in his own heart for a moment in ways that you just can't do in this modern old world. And he left Murfreesboro. He took his Sir Mascalot suit of armor, in which he had been forced into by Captain Aunt Kim to battle Sir Vaxalot, our good friend Trey Tuckle from Murfreesboro.
Oh yeah,
Actors Club.
Trey Tuckle, yeah, he'll always be the hairy that war bucks to me. Yeah,
broke down a lot of walls.
Yeah, a lot of barriers come down him letting the hair grow out like that. And I ain't gonna shave my head, and I ain't wearing no ball cap. That's it.
He walked out there and he goes, Annie, with full head of hair, and people. I mean, it was divisive.
It was. Some people
Joe
said
Manchin,
no, sir. And then some people were like, I'm shocked, but let me see some more, yeah.
Trey Tuckle, great actor.
Oh, yeah.
Ralston Pulley, not an actor, but he enjoyed getting in the suit of armor. He thought that might give him the quiet, the peace. He could shut out the world that he was searching for. He found it not to be true. He moved to Longyearbyen, Norway.
Right.
Svalbard, most northern town, Jackie. Last stop before the North Pole. Well, there is an abandoned Russian mine outpost called Pyramiden that he moved to because it just wasn't isolated enough for him in Longyearbyen as the tundra melts. So he's up there. He sent a picture to me. He texted me. He's in the suit of armor. He's buried in an avalanche. Just his top of his night hat, his metal night hat, and an arm sticking out. I guess it has a selfie stick on it. And he took that picture. He texted it to me, and then he texted bliss. So I think he may have finally found happiness up there in Pyramiden, and he's left a big hole in Murfreesboro hole. And Captain Aunt Kim said, we got to hire somebody to be a fucking knight on this boat and to fight Sir Mascalot Trey Tuckle. And people said, you ain't going to find nobody to take that job. People like sitting on their ass. They say, I'm going to see his ass. It's for sitting now, not for working, because I like to get them Biden unemployment bucks. And then some people said, well, I mean, people just going to throw shit at you, and you got to provide your own suit of armor. It's not a union job. They won't let you work from home. Well, Captain Aunt Kim said, just get on there, Dunlap, and tell them we got this position open. Last week, nothing. This week, well, guess what, Jackie? They had 100 people show up for that job. Because do you remember when W. Murpho, the radio station here in Murfreesboro, gave away 100 suits of armor during that promotion?
Oh, yeah, that a while back, wasn't it?
That was a while back. Yeah, they all showed up. Folks from Murfreesboro may not remember this. This was a big deal a few years ago. The W. Murpho gave away 100 suits of armor. 100 suits of armor, big radio promotion. 100 suits of armor. Listen to W. Murpho every afternoon for your chance to win one of 100 suits of armor. And people won them, and they were excited. And then a week later, they were like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this suit of armor? Yeah. And it was a big scandal because the Daily News Journal, the newspaper here, they interviewed some of them. And every one of them was like, I don't get it. And town turned against them. The newspaper called them the ungrateful 78. It was 78 because 78 people won suits of armor and were mad at W. Murpho. And then 22 suits of armor got stolen out of the back of the W. Murpho Sunday morning hour jubilation and worship show van. They were using that to take him to get shined up. And then the pawn shops, the thieves sold them to, returned them to W. Murpho, and they went to their rightful owners, 22 people who had no idea what to do with them. But the name stuck, the ungrateful 78. So they've all sort of stuck together. They feel victimized by W. Murpho. They were made to look like fools by the town. And they sensed an opportunity for revenge. They showed up en masse, Jackie, to claim this job. They didn't really wait to get paid. They didn't want to get paid. They just wanted to start fighting Trey Tuckle. They threw him overboard, and they just started fighting with each other. You know them Western movies where you see a bunch of cowboys go into a bar, or like a Burt Reynolds movie with stuntmen?
Oh, yeah.
That like to fight.
Hooper.
We just like to fight. They ain't even mad at each other. That's how it is with these knights.
Wait a minute. They threw Trey Tuckle overboard in a suit of armor?
Yeah.
How did he get out? You sank right to the bottom in that thing.
He did sink right to the bottom, but some people dove overboard and gave him a really long snorkel. Because they had to wait for somebody from Todd's Lake, number 1, to throw a tow chain over and get him up out of it that way.
All right. Then,
I mean, it wasn't pretty. We were worried about him. It wasn't like,
well, yeah.
Between the time that they rigged up that snorkel and he went into the drink, it was tense.
Well, it's dangerous to be fighting in armor suits on a lake. I just think it's dangerous to be fighting in an armor suit first and foremost, no matter where you are. You probably fall down, get hit a certain way, you break, regardless whether they got rosemary nibble sponges. That absorbs some stuff. But, I mean, you fall down the wrong way in a suit of armor and you're going to break your neck. I'm sure it happened all the time back in King Arthur days, But on the lake, in the water,
it's very dangerous.
Yeah.
Trey Tuckle actually said the sponges were what were weighing him down.
Well, it ain't made for float. It ain't a flotation device. It's, they're going to absorb, but it's supposed to absorb the impact. But if you're underwater, it's just they're going to fill up with water. That's what sponges do. New, old, whatever.
He thought he could have walked to safety if he just had all them sponges in there. But he said he was glad for the sponges with all the licks he was taking from the ungrateful 78 Knights. They threw him over. They're uncontrollable. They're still kind of putting on a show where they're just bashing each other. People like to see 100 Knights fighting each other, but they do throw several passengers overboard at every show. And Captain Aunt Kim, she's barely keeping a lid on this thing. People are having a couple of Knights had heart attacks and got some bad dents. So they did lose a few. It's hard to keep up with the exact number. Honestly, Daily News Journal sent a reporter to count the new 78, and he said it looked more like 120, 130 to him. So who even knows? Maybe extra Knights are showing up. And they keep threatening Captain Aunt Kim, saying, I will throw you overboard, and we will take this boat, and we'll go out to the goddamn 7 seas.
Hey.
Stones River, Duck River, Elk River, all of them. We will be floating, terrorizing motherfuckers.
Hey, watch your mouth.
It's dangerous, and we will punch you and throw you overboard and ruin the buffet and the puppet show and the clogatorium. Come on down and try your luck. Ungrateful this, they say. So come on down to Murfreesboro. Captain Aunt Kim encourages everybody to come. She doesn't believe in shutting down businesses, period. Yes, there's a chance you'll get chainmail fisted or thrown overboard or maced in the old-timey King Arthur sense of the word maced. But, goddamn, folks, have we forgot the meaning of freedom? So that's Murfreesboro.
I have some terrible news to break, but we're gone over. But I'd be remiss if I didn't mention we got some terrible news while we're in the midst of recording this for you. It looks like we lost America's greatest actor, Ned Beatty. God rest his soul. It's terrible news.
No, you're right. When you say America's greatest actor, I always think James Best. I'm like, but he's already dead.
Oh yeah, he been dead. Well, I'm talking about the one now. What was, I should say. Bless his heart.
Oh, that's Sheriff J.C. Connors from White Lightning.
Indeed, it is. Maybe we could share. Hopefully, we can talk about him next time. But since we just found this out, we're going to go over. Maybe we can talk about it, Craig, a little bit on extra 20 minutes.
Folks, come on over and join us at 20 extra minutes, and we'll mourn Ned Beatty, America's greatest actor.
We can do it together. Bless you. Our heart goes out to his family, and movie screen. Movies were already dying anyway because of COVID. They see, they people don't go. They're starting to go back, but now, hell, just ain't no point. Ain't no point as far as I'm concerned. We'll see you over there then.